Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fulfilled Musicpreneur podcast. Happy New 2024. I'm going live on Instagram for the first time, which is amazing. I'm glad that we can now do that. um, and I'm also going live on Twitter for the first time. So, really excited. If you are watching me on Instagram and Twitter, and this is your first experience of joining or watching the Fulfill Musicpreneur podcast, welcome, welcome. So my name is Abi Ogini for the people who may not know me yet, and I am an artist. I am an artist with a genre that is mainly gospel slash gospel soul. Um, I'm also a pediatrician. I am a music business coach, um, and I'm newly an author. Yes. I released my first book called Pursue Your Passion, Uncover Your Calling. I released that just end of December. It's now out on Amazon. So yeah, go check it out. There's a lot that's going to be happening in 2024, and I will get into more of that next episode. But I just wanted to come on and chat about how to set the tone for an amazing new year. I don't know about you, but I have been to many um, meetings, workshops where we have envisioned, we have dreamed, we have planned, we have journaled. I mean, I love doing that because the more I work on my business, the more clarity I get, the more I just take out time to think about the things that are possible, the things that I want to see, the things that I want in life, in music, in business, with my kids, the more it's actually likely to become possible, the more you dream about it and you make plans about it. So yeah, I've loved it. And I just decided that today I was going to start out the year after several weeks of break. I was going to start out the year with just talking about how you can set you can set the right tone for an amazing year. Okay. So I've taken bits and pieces from many of the workshops that I've attended and just my experience as well over the years. And I've just put together a couple of things that you can apply. For the first time, actually, I also did a vision board, and I had fun doing it. I did it on Canva. I loved doing it, just thinking about the different things that I wanted to put on my vision board. And then I got Canva to print it out, and it's going to arrive. So I did two. I printed out two A3 copies. So I'm going to put it on the wall in my office facing me. So when I'm facing the computer and I'm doing my lives and doing working on my business, it's right in front of me. I'm also gonna have one in my room as well. So when I wake up before I go to bed, I'm also looking at it. I'm really excited about it because I've just had a blast learning about the way different people do it. Um, I see someone is watching. Thank you for watching. Do you want to just comment about where you're watching from and who you are? And this is StreamYard, so unfortunately, I can actually see your name. So please let me know who you are as well in the comments. So now let's dive in, okay? So first of all, I'm going to start off with saying I don't know what 2023 was like for you. It could have been a great year. It could have been a bad year, but that's okay. In life, we are all going to have ups and downs. That is life. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, so yeah, try Canva. It's amazing. Just look up templates for the vision board. Teresa is saying she's actually never thought about doing um, a vision board on Canva. Yes. So start with looking back. Okay. Now, I don't know what kind of year you had. It might have been great. it may have been not too great. That is okay. Okay. Life happens. Um, and sometimes we get frustrated, right? We get frustrated. We get disillusioned. I remember once feeling that way myself, thinking, what's the point in planning for this year when all the plans I've made over the last several years have they've not they've not happened, they've not come to pass. I didn't really want to to plan, didn't want to set goals because I just figured you don't set the goals, you're not gonna be disappointed. And I went to God that way. I was like, Lord, I'm here, but I don't even want to pray. I just was in God's presence that way. And He met me there. And that's how the song called Believe Again actually came into being. That's what inspired it, because that song is a prayer to God saying, I want to believe again. Right now, I don't. I've failed too many times, but I want to believe again. And if that's you today, that's okay. Go listen to that song, let it inspire you, put it on repeat, and let it just wash over you. Because sometimes meeting God where you are, and just going that way to God, He'll meet you there. He's not going to leave you to it. He'll meet you there, and he'll make it right. He'll help you dream again. He'll help you believe again. You know, we have a God that is not unfamiliar with the ups and downs of our emotions. He's seen it all. You won't be his first child to be discouraged. So go to God that way and just say, God, I'm discouraged. And just sit there in his presence and he'll meet you there. Okay. Now, I had a great year. Okay. But it's a new year, and there is always a new ceiling to hit, something else to accomplish, something more God is calling you for. Because if we were done with our calling, we wouldn't need to be here anymore. God might as well take us to heaven. So if you're still here on earth, there is still work to do. All right. But I think to really set the tone for an amazing year, it's important to look back. And that is for several reasons. Okay, number one, we look back to acknowledge what went well. It's good to take the time and just be thankful, be proud of what you accomplished. You started out the year, you said you were going to do this, you did it. Well done. Take that time and give yourself a pat on the back, because that reinforces that if you did it last year, you can hit your goals again this year. If you did it, you can do it again. But let's not fall into the trap of not really acknowledging what we've done and only just thinking, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Sometimes we just have to slow down, take time, and just be thankful for what you did. So take a minute right now and just think about a couple of accomplishments that you did last year. Okay. You joined a coaching program. You you released a song. You wrote a song. Teresa, I know you wrote many songs. I know. And you kept going with your weekly streams on Facebook and YouTube. Amazing. That helps increase your visibility, and that helps um, raise the impact that you are making. And sometimes it may not feel that way. I'm live and two people are watching, right? However, there's lots more that are watching when I'm done. So the fact that you are doing this regularly, you are making an impact. So be thankful for that. Well done for that. Congratulations for that. Some people have not done that yet. So you are ahead of them. You committed to something and you did it. So take time out, write it down, think about it, and be thankful for that. Okay. Next, we're going to think about what worked. Okay. Were there certain systems that you had that worked really well? Um, so it could be maybe your weekly lives, the times, did the time work? Did you change some things around? What things did you put in place that worked really well? Those are great to note so you can carry on doing them. And then obviously the opposite of that is what things didn't work, right? Because note them and start thinking about ways that you can change them in this new year. So, what worked and what didn't? And also think about what relationships worked. I see someone else is watching me. Can you say hi and let me know who's watching? I would just love to know, say Happy New Year and things like that. Okay, so um, what relationships worked? I remember someone telling me recently that I made the list of her of the people that were most influential for her in 2023. I was like, oh, that's amazing, So who is it for you? Who are the people that were most impactful for you? What relationships worked, right? Um, Make a note of them because assessing who's in your what's the word I'm looking for? The people closest to you, the people in your inner circle. That's really important. That's really important to know. So, what relationship worked and what didn't? Okay. And it's fine to move on from relationships if maybe you went into that relationship thinking you were going to do this and do that. You worked with a certain person thinking you were going to do this and that didn't work. It's okay to move on. Not everyone is a great fit for us, for our businesses, for our mission, for our visions. Not everyone is that. So make a note of it and just act on it. Okay. Now, after you've done all of that, we can now get to business, right? You can now look to the future. And I love starting this way. Just take a minute and just dream, you know? And it could be that you have a soothing music in the background. It could be my song. I want to I want to dream again. I want to dream again. I want to trust in your promises. It could be something that inspires you, something soothing. Take a minute, close your eyes, and just dream. What would you like to see in your marriage, in your relationships, with your children, with your parents? What would you like to see in your prayer life, in your spiritual life, in your study life, in your friendships, in your business, ministry? What would you like to see? And just dream about it. There are some amazing visualizations that I've been a part of in the past, and some that I've actually done as well. I did a visualization for one of my challenges last year, and I remember someone saying, "AB, when you did that, I saw myself on stage speaking," and that's guided her journey. So take a minute. You can even do that now and just close your eyes and just think about the possibilities. What do you want to see in your marriage? What level of intimacy? What experience do you want to have? What do you want to change? What do you want to improve on? Is it possible to improve on it? Just dream. Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. Remember that you can fly, and don't let those negative thoughts that say, oh no, if you take that step, you'll fall. Because there's another possibility that you could soar. So don't listen to fear, listen to faith. It is possible. You can have whatever you choose. And seeing it is so important. There's a reason why God told Abraham, look to the left, look to the right, the north, the south, for as far as your eyes can see, I have given you. There's a reason he engaged his sight. He said, look at the grain of sands. Can you count them? Because those are the number of the descendants you'll have, right? So look to the north, south, east, and west. Look, what have you seen in other families that you loved, that you wanted to have in yours? What have you seen in other people's ministries you admired and you wanted to strive for those as well? And see them happening, see them happening. How about your finances? What what can you go for? What can you dream for? Because it's possible. Dream big, then dream even bigger, right? Dream big, then dream even bigger, because our God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. I did that. I did my vision board and I put a number down. And I was like, oh, I want to hit that number first before I dream bigger. And I was like, no, actually, no. I'm going to raise that number. I don't know how. And this is the thing. Don't censor yourself. Don't say, oh, no, that's not going to be possible, because you don't know what God can do this year for you. You don't know what God's going to do. So don't censor yourself. Don't say, oh, no, that's too big. Mm-mm. If that number is coming to you, put that number down. That's what dreaming is about. Yeah. Don't think about, oh, I don't want to do that because that's going to be too big. I want to be realistic. Mm-mm. This is the time for dreaming. So dream big, then dream even bigger. Okay? Now, you done? You done? Okay, now. Then we get to goal setting. You know, then we actually plan out what the year is going to look like for you, right? What goals do you want to accomplish this year? It could be, I want to release 4 songs this year, 1 song every quarter, or 6 songs this year. For me, I'm working on 8 to 10 songs this year. So what songs? And then if you want 8 to 10 songs, then how many songs do you want to write? So you can get the best 8 to 10 songs. Or you may have done that already. Well done. I know Teresa, gosh, you've probably written lots and lots, and you probably have a lot of options. Well, me, I've been releasing songs over and over. So I think I need to put in place a a routine of regular co-writes, and co-writes are amazing, you know. So if you wanted to release 10 songs, and maybe you wanted several options to pick the best. Are you thinking about maybe 40 co-writes this year or 40 new songs this year? And then would you then say something like a weekly co-write roughly or every 2 weeks? Think about things like that. What producers do you want to work with this year? Has there been a producer who you admired for a while? They've produced for other people and you've been looking forward to working with them. And maybe you thought, oh, the money is too much. That's okay. Just put it down. I would love to work with them. And then you can just reach out and start making inquiries, you know, um, put down names of people that you would love to work with, people you would love to collaborate with, put them down and start thinking of ways that you can reach out to them. Who do you know that knows them that can do the introduction? Is it a health and fitness? I said I was going to approach someone to help me along on my journey. So, is there someone for you? Is there a new gym, a new coach, something else that you can do to help you along on your journey? All right. So, if you're saying you want to lose weight, okay, how much weight? If you're saying you want to increase your financial earnings, actually write how much per month, right? And then when you plan family time, how many holidays, um, how often you want to go on date nights, um, when you've planned and just written things that you want to actually do, then you can start thinking about mini goals. So, what steps can you actually start taking to meet them? Right? What steps can you start taking? Who do you need to talk to? If you wanted to lose 10 kg, well, do you want to maybe say 2 kg per month? And then you know what you're working on first before you move on to the next goal. Break things down into mini goals so you can work on each mini goal, and that makes it um, look more achievable, right? And then puts in place a system where you check in with these goals. You see, what many people do is that they set their goals and they don't put this in place. So they write their goals somewhere and then it's the end of the year and they never actually checked in. So check in with your goals. How far have you gotten? How are things going? Do you need to rewrite it? Because actually, they are your goals and you can rewrite it. You can pivot, you can tweak things and change things, and you can remind yourself of why you wanted to do this and how you were going to do this. Because sometimes we write it all down and we actually forgot that we said we are going to do this to help us hit the goal. So just put it in place, a time that you're going to check in again with your goals, maybe also some accountability, someone that you check in with as well. It's great to have. It's always good to have. Okay. Now this is um I think if you do all of this, you are setting the tone for an amazing year. I think doing all of that sets you well on your way. And I remember I remember my journey about becoming an author. I started off the year saying I was going to do it. I had booked into a weekend, a write your book in a weekend um, event last year, and I think it was end of January. And I was like, write a book in a weekend. There is no way, but I'm going to try anyway. So I attended and I wrote my outline, right? Um, and I was like, that was all I wrote. I was like, this didn't go well at all. But I kept going, you know. I looked out for more events, looked out for more coaches, learned about it, learned about the different ways to do it. Um, and finally met someone who said, I can get this done. We can get this done, you know, and he was affordable and it happened. And that's because, you know, I didn't give up. I kept saying, okay, which other way can I get this done? Which other way can I get this done? I'm going to try this. No, it's not working. I'm going to try this. No, it's not working. You know, but don't give up. You know, keep going back and keep pivoting and trying new things because, you know, something may happen and it all just clicks into place. Don't give up. Okay. So this brings us to the end of this episode. I hope that has blessed you guys. I hope that has encouraged you. Let me know um, what stood out for you, what your takeaway was. Now, next week, I'm going to make some announcements. And I'm going to talk about what I'm doing for this year. It's amazing. Like, I think what God is leading me into doing. I'm really excited about it. I think there's going to be lives that will change, that will be blessed, and that will be impacted. For me and my journey and my ministry in 2024, the two words for me is growth and impact. Growth and impact. So everything I'm doing, I want to see that I'm growing and I want to see that I'm impacting people for the kingdom. I'm impacting people for good. That is, those are my aims for this year. And all that I'm doing is centered around that. So let me know what your what your word is, what your theme is for the year. Put that in the chat. I would love to hear from you. Okay? And I will see you next time. Now, I'm still going on with Thursday mentoring lives. They are back and they are going to happen this Thursday coming. Um, and every Monday, the podcast episode comes out every Mondays. So you will see posts about that as well. But if this has been a blessing to you, share with your friends. Um, and go check out old episodes if you haven't listened. Subscribe, and I would love to also have you put a review on wherever you're listening, either Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever it is. Okay. Well, have a lovely week. Um, thank you so much for spending time with me here. Take care. Bye for now.